For the next one now, we're going to check radial play, guys. So if you think of a circle, when you go to the middle to the outside, that's radial. Alright? That's called your radius. R-A-D-I-U-S. So that's the best way to think about it. So, and a circle, if you have a circle from the central point of the circle to the outside, that's your radius, okay? So if you're looking down the end of a shaft like this, okay, your radius will be play that goes from the inside to the outside. Alright, this direction. So we measure thrust in this direction and radial in that direction. Okay? So what we do for this one now, lads, is we have to loosen off our GTI gauge again. Alright? And we're going to set it up that it's going onto the side of the gear like this. I might just have to move it around a bit. The rain is quite heavy there though. Okay, so if this bearing is free to turn on the shaft, okay? If this bearing is free to turn on the shaft, there has to be a bearing in between, if this gear is free to turn on the shaft, there has to be a bearing in between the shaft and the gear, alright? So if that bearing gets worn, it's going to allow play in this direction, alright, radial play. So that's what we're checking now, we're checking the needle roller bearings in here, alright? The needle roller bearings underneath fourth gear in this case. So we'll zero this again as good as we can. Not always easy. Alright, and if we watch the gauge now, the shaft is held and the dial gauge is held. So I'm just going to hold the gear now, right? And it's a very delicate small movement, lads. I'm just going to pull it towards me, this direction, and then I'm going to push it towards the gauge and see how much the gauge moves, okay? And that's your radial clearance. Very small amount there. About 0.02 of a millimetre or something like that. Radial play. 0.02 millimetre. Alright, so that's your radial play done.